Hey guys, it's Chaotic Soul, and welcome to my new updated Nex Duo guide. First of all, I really appreciate all the views on my old guides. I went ahead and deleted those just to keep people from being confused. Now in this guide, I am using Mage with full Gano and a Virtus wand. I am the tank, so I have Insight activated. That's very important, that way Nex does not turn on your duo partner. I strongly recommend you trio. Kills will go much smoother in a trio, but duos are still possible even though her defense has been buffed so greatly. Your duo partner, who is your attacker, should have full Void. Full bandos will work just fine as long as you have Drygore. Try to at least have the main hand Drygore mace. They've crashed quite a bit and the mace is only about 180 mil, and I know a lot of people can't afford that. If you can't afford Drygore, then I strongly recommend you do a little bit bigger teams than duo, otherwise the trip isn't going to be worth the amount of kills you get. Now first of all, we're starting off on the first phase. It's really easy. You tanker, keep provoke, keep insight on, and just keep Nex on you. Once she calls the minion, lure her a little ways away from your partner. That way the attacker can use soul split on the minion just to save him some food, especially if he's not going to be using a shield. Once you know that the minion's probably nearly dead, go ahead and lure Nex over to the side of the room where your partner is at. Nex will then move on to the shadow phase. During this phase, you want to pray protect from range and be sure you evade her shadow attacks. At the beginning, she will usually do 2 shadow attacks after saying embrace the darkness. After that, she will then do 5 attacks before spawning each shadow attack. Here you see she attacks once, 2 times, 3, 4 times, and then on her 5th time will be that shadow attack, so you can kind of anticipate when to expect it. If she does not say embrace the darkness first, then you know to count to 5 attacks and then move positions. Once she calls the next minion, quickly provoke and keep Nex on you and lure her back over towards the Nex entrance. This is the best place to lure Nex, where the Reavers will spawn, where it's very easy to tag them since Nex heals based on the Reavers' remaining life points. While you have Nex lured, it's very easy to keep your adrenaline up. Just keep using basic abilities and don't underestimate the shield abilities. Those will save you a ton of food throughout the kill. Once Nex moves on to the blood phase, click off of her in order to avoid healing her. During this phase, you do not want to use Combust if you are maging. If you are a meleeer, you do not want to use Dismember, Slaughter, or Massacre. Any damage over time ability will heal her greatly. Blood phase works kind of the same as the shadow phase. She will do 5 attacks after calling I demand a blood sacrifice. After 5 attacks occur, she will then siphon, which is when you need to click off to avoid healing her. Now you'll notice on the blood phase I quickly use Barricade because she is using Blood Barrage. Barricade enables you to not be hit by anything for up to 10 seconds. So if you use Barricade, her Blood Barrage will not hit you for 10 seconds, which will enable her to heal less. Once she calls the minion, just keep Nex lured over here. It's the easiest way, while your partner goes and finishes the minion. After the minion is finished, be sure you are maxed adrenaline, because during the ice phase, you're gonna need it for them ice and prisons. Starting off the ice phase, she will either start her first attack with Contain This or die in an imprison of ice. Once she traps you in an ice prison, if you are stunned, you then need to use Freedom followed by Barricade or Immortality. Here I use Freedom and then Barricade, that way her whole attack from the ice and prison does not hit me and KO me. Her next attack will then be Contain This. During this attack you do not want to be melee distance and the ice will follow you. Try your best to dodge it and build back to maxed adrenaline.
I go out, come back, circle again. You were fed, that means it's something that we already had. But once you're gone, you don't come back. Too bad you're off the map now. Radar can't even find you. We stay on the grind, you slip me out, blind you.
Once she traps you in ice, if you are not max adrenaline, hope your partner comes over and breaks at least one piece of the ice. That's all it takes for the ice to not hit you. So you attackers, don't leave your tank there to die or you will lose a kill. Definitely go over there and attack the ice when you see they are not maxed adrenaline. Here I get back to max adrenaline, and you want to play your cards right. If you do not have freedom available, use anticipation before she traps you in the ice. If she traps you in the ice and you are stunned, then go ahead and use freedom followed by immortality if barricade is not renewed yet. Here I use immortality and it brings me back to life. Since the minion is now dead, she will move on to the final phase, which is the Zaros phase. This phase has been greatly buffed and she deals way more damage than she used to. Be careful if you are the attacker and you are using melee. She tends to pray protect from melee quite a bit on this phase. When she does pray protect from melee, if you are the attacker, I recommend you use magic abilities. You will not hit, but they will boost your adrenaline. Then once she turns her prayer off, go back to melee. That way you can kill her as quickly as possible. Now the tanker, you need to stay max adrenaline and use them ultimates. Use barricade when you can, like I do here. After I use barricade, since I cannot be hit for 10 seconds, I use soul split just to gain a little more life points. Repeatedly use resonance throughout the end of this kill. That way her next attack will heal you instead of harm you. Also, if you have debilitate, use it. That will lessen the damage you receive by 50%. Here's a clip of a trio. The trio is just a prime number for most of these harder bosses like Nex and Calvite King. You'll get fast, easier kills, and you'll get good splits. I start this trio on the blood phase just to show how quick we get through it. She doesn't even siphon one time before she has moved on to the next phase. You tankers will find ice phase the most challenging. Definitely try to keep your adrenaline up and definitely try to avoid being stunned. If you are, quickly use freedom and use barricade or immortality, that way you do not get KO'd by that ice and prison hit. Once again, on Zaros phase, she never prays protect from magic, so if you're the tanker, you're free to attack her as much as you want. Keep in mind, most wands do not hit on her anymore unless you have a Virtus wand. Now you attackers who are using Drygore, if you do not have a range switch, then I strongly recommend do not attack when she is praying protect from melee. It will deflect your hits and KO you very quickly.
One last time I need y'all to brawl. One last time I need y'all to brawl.
And on this trio, Thocket gets a Torvalful helmet drop, which ends up being a pretty good split. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and possibly subscribe to me. I would greatly appreciate it. Barricade enables you to not be hit by anything for up to 10 seconds. So if you use barricade, her blood... I cannot fucking talk today.